Yo, what is up, guys? It's your boy Sires back at it again with another market recap slash trade recap. So today I got a partial slash break even trade. So I'm gonna break down exactly what I went into it. So actually, I ended up taking three trades today. The first ended up being two break evens, and then the first one was a partial slash break even trade. So I'm gonna break down the trades that I took exactly today. So today going in for market open, before the market even actually open, if we come over here on the 15-minute time frame. So if you guys come over here, we actually did end up having these relative equal lows right here. So we had these relative equal lows, and I wanted this to be my draw on liquidity at first. Now, as soon as the market did, before market even opened, this actually did end up hitting. So I was out basically on my draw on liquidity for the day. Now, the reason why I don't like taking trades before market open is because you see what market open does. Like, it'll come up here, it'll just pop up and then manipulate, and like it easily stop you out or whatever. So unfortunately, the relative equal lows did get tapped into, so I was out on my draw on liquidity. So then from there, I wasn't really sure what price was gonna do. Now, the other thing that came into my mind was I was expecting, since these lows already got taken out down here, we had all of these lows down here as well too. So the other one that I did want at first, well, my second draw on liquidity was going to be this low down here. So if you guys look down here, we actually have a low right here, and it's actually inside of a fair value gap as well too. So if you guys don't know, lows inside of fair value gaps are good draw on liquidities as well too. Price tends to come back down to these a lot. So I was expecting overall price action to be bearish, and then we did also come off from just selling off, right? So we did have another bearish fair value gap that we hadn't retraced back into it, but I was expecting price to come retrace into it and then come back down lower. So that leads us back into market open, right? So if we come up to the 30-second time frame over here. So market open hit. This was our candle right here. Boom, we manipulated up. The first thing I did notice was we did end up running this buy side liquidity. So we took out this high up here, and then we were rejecting this fair value gap as well too. So I was expecting price to be bearish from here. I was like, okay, so we just manipulated up, took out that buy side, disrespected this fair value gap above here. What was my draw on liquidity originally was this 15-minute low down here. So I was expecting to see some sort of short setup play out. Now price did also sell off from here. We have created another 30-second. So I was waiting to see what the reaction was going to be on this 30-second. So price didn't come up over here or close above it. And the reason why I wasn't looking for longs at the moment was because I wouldn't like to go for a high that already took out liquidity as well too. So to me, it just made sense that we would come back down and maybe come down for these lows. Now my second TP, my first TP, I guess I should say. So I was going for about. So I got in. Well, I didn't take this gap. I waited for. I waited for this 30-second to get disrespected. Now I actually did end up getting in a little bit early just because of the momentum. So my entry was somewhere around there, and then I was going for this. So I was going for about 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio. Now I wanted like a little bit lower than this low down here for my first TP. So my first TP was somewhere around this range right here, and the final one was down to that liquidity. But as soon as price came down and we took out this low right here, that's where I put my stop loss to break even, and then this ended up being a break even trade. So the first trade did end up being a break even trade. So that's basically it for the first one. Now for the second trade, was another short setup that I was looking for. So remember how I was telling you guys that we had a fair value gap that we left right here. So price had actually came up, we tapped this 5-minute fair value gap, and then we rejected it from here, right? So we came up into this 5-minute, we rejected here, and then we pushed up higher, and we also took out this buy side liquidity as well too. We took out that high, and then we also took out this high as well too. So we took out 2 levels of liquidity as well too, and I was expecting some sort of reversal back down from here. Actually, wait, I'm showing you guys the wrong one. Wait, let me hold on. Oh yeah, I'm tripping. No, okay, yeah, it was. This was at 10:45. Okay, yeah, I'm tripping. So it wasn't that one. All right, my bad. I take back everything that I said. Okay, so it was actually this fair value gap up here. So we came up into this fair value gap, and I was expecting price to rebalance into here, and then this is what was going to drive us lower, right? So we rebalanced into that fair value gap, and then we also took out this buy side liquidity as well right here too. If you guys look down over here, we had relative equal lows, and then we also did have another set of relative equal lows, which was from the move prior from my first break even trade, right? So we came back up, we tapped that 5 minute, rebalanced, swept out buy side liquidity, and we also had this 1 minute gap right here as well too. So I was basically just waiting to see for the reaction on this 1 minute fair value gap. If we got the close below, I was going to go in short. Now we did end up getting the close below, right? And my target was going to be this low down here. So I was going for another 1 to 2.29 risk to reward ratio. Now as soon as price did end up trading back down into this low right here, boom, we tapped the low, and then I moved my stop to break even, and this ended up being another break even trade. So that was the second trade that I did take today, but today price action was pretty wonky. It was pretty choppy. Wasn't really doing what I wanted. But now once this low got taken out, this is where I realized that I'm like, okay, so we're not coming back down to take out this liquidity here. If we come back over here on the 15 minute, we had this buy side up here, so I was expecting price to be overall bullish now to this buy side liquidity, just because we were already in a bullish order flow slash uptrend. So this is where I changed my bias, right? So that low where we got break even, I treated that as a liquidity sweep. So we got the liquidity sweep right there, and then I dropped down to the 30-second time frame, right? I noticed we had this 30-second right here. So as soon as this activated, boom, this is your entry, but it would have been invalid just because the internal high got taken before the candle closed. So I waited to see what price action did around this area, right? So as soon as price came back up, we came back down. I was waiting to see if price was going to retest this 30-second, right? So we came back down, we held the 30-second, and then we also, on the move back down, we left this gap right here. So this is a 30-second, and then this was a 1 minute gap as well too, right? As soon as this momentum came back up and we got that close above, I liked that reaction, and that gave me my conviction to go for a long. Now your stop to break even was going to be this high, this internal high right here. And then my first TP was this internal high up here. And then I was targeting the 15-minute buy side, this buy side liquidity up here, just because I knew price is overall bullish from here, right? So I got my entry here, and then this is also during the macro time, so this was 10:50. We got the candle close, boom, I got my entry. We instantly got this momentum to my first TP. First TP got hit, moved my stop loss to break even, etc. Now the reason why I didn't cut this trade short was because if we look at the higher time frame, we clearly disrespected this 15-minute fair value gap. So as soon as I saw price close above that 15-minute, I was like, okay, we're definitely going to come back up and take out this buy side liquidity. There should be no reason for price to come back lower. Now, unfortunately, that did not end up happening. Price did come back down, and then we got stopped out at break even. So that was pretty much my whole market recap slash trade recap for the trades that I did take today. It was a partial slash break even day. It is what it is. We got edged by like 18 points, I believe. I remember. Yeah, we got edged by 18.5 points on the final TP. I'll show you guys my executions real quick. So this is the 30-second break even. This is that 1 minute break even, and then this is the long first TP, and then stop that at break even. So yeah, that's pretty much it for today. That's my market recap. Give you guys a little update on where I'm at right now with the challenge or whatever. So this is where I'm at. I'm pretty much just break even at this point. Like, I'm risking $500 going for a 1 to 2 RR. Now, hopefully the next 2 weeks we could like actually start gaining some momentum back up. I have been getting slapped around by the market recently, but it is part of the process, and yeah, I mean, it is what it is. So I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. Stay blessed. Happy, safe trading. And yeah, that's it for me. I'm signing out. Peace out.